Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news, a new director of facilities for Christian County Public Schools has been hired. Effective August 1st, Dan Damron will replace Ivan Baker, who resigned from the position July 1st after 13 years of employment. Damron was previously the superintendent for Codell Construction Company, where he has worked the past 2 years. Superintendent Brady Link said with the hard work he's already done with the new Christian County Middle School, I'm confident he'll continue his hard work in this position. School officials say 7 people applied for that position. Meanwhile, in an effort to prepare students and parents for the upcoming school year, Christian County Public School teachers will be visiting the homes of their students starting next week. Teachers in all 15 public schools will be meeting with at least 10 of their incoming students during the week of August 1st through August 5th. Superintendent Brady Link said the home visit program began 2 years ago to allow our teachers to make a personal connection with students and parents and to foster a positive relationship as early in the school year as possible. Officials say teachers are not required to be physically inside a home of a student, and conversations with teachers on the front porch, driveway, or yard are acceptable. According to academic research, home visits are a valuable tool for improving school-to-home communication and enhancing the relationship between school personnel, students, and their families. Well, it might be summer vacation, but that's not stopping some Christian County kids from learning and exploring career options. Hopkinsville Community College partnered up with the Christian County Public School System to provide 2 youth camps this week. Michelle Herron brings us more.
So they did Club Invention already last year and wanted to do that camp again this year, and that's for 1st through 6th graders. And then through the conversation, we got to talking about doing something for older kids, so we decided to do Ready, Set, College, which is for 6th through 9th graders.
Ready, Set, College lets students literally get a hands-on approach to experience career fields like fingerprinting, something HCC Criminal Justice Program Coordinator Greg Bridgman says lets students understand the difference between theory and reality.
Most of them are watching CSI on TV, and they don't realize that what they're seeing on TV and reality are 2 different things. And I wanted them to get a feel that it's not as easy as it looks like on TV.
Allowing these kids to explore possible careers is something Christian County Public Schools enrichment specialist Kim Batts says needs to be introduced earlier than ever before.
They end up wasting a lot of time as well as money, when they start college and then start changing those things. And what they want to do in career could also decide what classes they need to take at the high school levels.
Club Invention allows students to explore their creativity with math and science concepts, and according to enrichment specialist Leanne Pickrell, gets students to think outside the box.
It is not paper pencil, it is all hands-on activities, lots of creative answers. There is not a one right answer here.
Both day camps will continue through Friday. Fort Campbell's Blanchfield Army Community Hospital held a change of command ceremony today to mark the departure of a medical leader while welcoming another officer. Colonel John Cook relinquished his command to Colonel Paul Courts at Box Emergency Center Lawn. Following the change of command ceremony, Colonel Cook thanked everyone for their support during his tenure at the hospital.
To my peers and fellow commanders, thanks for the support and comradeship. It was a privilege serving with each of you. To my fellow officers, NCOs, and civilian leaders, I cannot fully express my heartfelt gratitude for the leadership you display every day. Your professional competence and total dedication to the soldier, the families, and our beneficiary population is awe-inspiring. It has indeed been my distinct pleasure and good fortune to have served with each of you these last 2 short years.
Meanwhile, Courts stated that he was up for the challenge and vowed to continue to provide soldiers and their families the best medical care the Army could provide.
I am humbled to stand before you today given the honor of commanding Blanchfield Army Community Hospital to serve the soldiers and families of the 101st Airborne Division, the tenant units, and all beneficiaries of this medical treatment facility. My wife and I look forward to becoming integral members of the Fort Campbell leadership teams in this community. The great strengths and synergy built by the efforts of Colonel Cook's team in conjunction with this division and Fort Campbell units are recognized by the Army and sought as best practices in Army medicine.
He previously served as the Wynn Army Community Hospital commander at Fort Stewart, Georgia. Well, the Boys and Girls Club of Hopkinsville Christian County will be honoring the legacy of Bud Hudson tomorrow night during the organization's 4th annual Dinner for a Difference. Officials say the Bud Hudson Youth Football League was established 60 years ago and continues today to provide fun and fundamentals of life to area youths. Coach Hudson's son, daughter, and grandsons are expected to attend the dinner, and former players from the 1950s will be sharing their memories of the program. The dinner will be held at the James E. Bruce Convention Center at 6 p.m. A disturbance call in Marshall County Tuesday afternoon netted the arrest of a Benton man for possessing methamphetamine. Marshall County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a disturbance of a man with a knife in the 5000 block of US 68 West. Upon arrival, police reportedly found a man later identified as 58-year-old Gregory McCall of Benton walking around the house carrying a large knife, saying that people had come into the residence to hurt him. After an investigation, police found a baggie inside the residence that tested positive for meth, as well as a syringe and other drug paraphernalia. McCall was arrested and charged with first-degree possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. He was lodged in the Marshall County Detention Center. Clarksville police have released a couple of pictures of the vehicle involved in an attempted kidnapping over the weekend. Police say around 10:30 Sunday morning, a white male was seen on video cruising the Walmart parking lot on Madison Street in an older model white extended cab Ford Ranger. According to police, the man approached a female and pulled a black silver automatic handgun and tried to force her into his truck. The suspect was unsuccessful and was last seen going west on Madison Street toward downtown Clarksville. The suspect is described as 5'5" to 5'6" tall, around 300 pounds, red hair and unshaven with a pencil-thin mustache. Police say if you see an individual matching this description, call 911 immediately. According to police, the man is armed and should not be approached. A Hopkins County teen was injured in a wreck after police say he fell asleep while driving Tuesday afternoon. According to Kentucky State Police, 18-year-old Adam Darnell of St. Charles was driving westbound on Kentucky 112 Ilsley Road. When about 2 miles west of Arlington, it appears he fell asleep at the wheel and his pickup truck ran off the road and crashed into a tree. Darnell, who was wearing a seatbelt, was transported by ambulance to Regional Medical Center in Madisonville for treatment. Congressman Ed Whitfield wants the president to act on a permit that he says could drastically cut America's importing of foreign oil and could create jobs. He's talking about the Keystone XL project, a pipeline that would bring oil into the U.S. from neighboring Canada. Whitfield is the chairman of the House Subcommittee on Energy and Power. He has proposed a bill that would require the president to act upon the permit to build, which has been sitting in limbo for 3 years. The bill would not require the president to approve it, just act on it before November of this year. In his remarks to the House, Whitfield said the Department of Energy had determined that building the pipeline could substantially reduce the amount of oil brought into the U.S. from Middle Eastern countries. He also said that approving the building of the pipeline could create up to 20,000 domestic jobs. The House is expected to vote on the bill this evening. It's expected to pass the Republican-controlled body and then go into the Senate for consideration. In a story we brought you last night at 10, Hopkinsville firefighters responded to a structure fire last night. Firefighters were dispatched to South Woolridge Road, where Hopkinsville Fire Department Lieutenant Troy Beach told Source16 the blaze was ignited by a cooker.
A smoker on the back deck, smoking. The bottom fell through on it, caught the deck on fire.
Okay.
After it caught the deck on fire, run up into the soffit on the side and went up into the attic of the garage.
Okay.
All the fire is mainly in the back on the porch, but it just
Okay.
went up in the eaves, and it just had a lot of heat and smoke damage up there.
Okay.
We've cleared out and made sure there's not anything else up there, but that's the main cause.
According to Lieutenant Beach, the fire was contained to the garage. Fire officials say there were no reports of any injuries. Well, here's Hopkinsville Christian County Crime Stoppers Coordinator Officer Paul Ray with our featured fugitives of the week.
This week, police need your help locating 2 wanted fugitives.
Police are looking for a 36-year-old Philip Stephen Crum who's wanted for probation violation. Crum is a white male who stands 5 feet, 7 inches tall and weighs 175 pounds. His last known address was the 700 block of Hickory Ridge. Police are also looking for 24-year-old Charles Montez Hobson, who's wanted on multiple warrants. Hobson is a black male who stands 6 feet, 2 inches tall and weighs 350 pounds. His last known address was the 900 block of Van Buren Avenue.
If you know where police can locate these wanted fugitives, and we've got cash waiting for you. Pick up your phone now and call our tips line at 887-TIPS. If your information leads to an arrest, Crime Stoppers will pay you a cash reward. And remember, we will never ask your name, and you will not have to appear in court. Well, this week's Fugitive of the Week, I'm Officer Paul Ray for Crime Stoppers.